Nigerian citizens and business owners have been venting their frustration over the country's highest inflation rate in more than 10 years. Now, while economic analysts encourage the government to boost local production, the depreciation of the naira has also been attributed to the prevailing economic hardship faced by Nigerians. The country's National Bureau of Statistics reported in its latest consumer price index that inflation rose to 20.5% in August, up from 19.6% in July this year. Here is more details of that in this report.
Garba Ahmed is a taxi driver in northern Nigeria. He says a surge in the cost of maintenance for his vehicle and the rising price of petrol is affecting his transport business.
Before now we were buying a litre of petrol at 165, now it's shot up to 200. Prices for vehicle spare parts are almost going beyond our reach. I'll give you an example. The engine for my car used to be sold for 70,000. Now it's about 300,000. We've had to increase transport fares to even up because we're also in business to make profit. This has led to a reduction in the number of people travelling.
Sellers of vehicle parts blame the situation on rising inflation and a weak currency, the naira. The naira has fallen by nearly 25% against the dollar this year.
Well, it's not from us, but where we also get. That is just the problem. From the importers, they complain the exchange rate is too high, on a high cost. In a extent that you may sell something for 130,000. When you want to go and buy, you buy it for the 130,000. So the inflation rates keep on going high.
Nigeria has had double-digit inflation since 2016. Despite being one of the world's biggest oil producers, the country still imports most of its fuel. Economic analysts say it's a precarious situation. They point to an overdependence on importing goods and want the government to encourage local manufacturing.
Seriously doing bad because it is very clear from the macroeconomic indicators. So the indices are showing not very favorable, results. You can look at it from the inflation rate, looking at the core inflation rate and also the food inflation rate. They're high. Now we have food inflation rising up to like 23%, whereas the core inflation, which is CPI, consumer price index, is at like 20 point something percent. So, and that is on one side talking about price stability.
The government says it is diversifying away from oil, which accounts for about 70% of its foreign exchange income. It says it is also rehabilitating refineries that are out of use, increasing crude oil production, and planning to resume refining of petroleum products to ensure availability and a possible reduction in litre price for citizens. Critics say significant reforms are needed in Nigeria. In the shorter term, analysts expect inflation to peak later this year.